Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, we are going to be doing some technical analysis on the cryptocurrency Algorand. And we're going to be looking at Algorand because there is a potential setup over on the chart that we might be able to make a trade out of. We're going to be looking at Algorand today, and I'm going to be giving you guys some technical information on it. So make sure to stay tuned because you're going to be walking away from this video with a better understanding of where this cryptocurrency, which you guys have been asking for, is. And then you're going to figure out where it is going. Make sure to go ahead and hit that like button. Before we get started, I do got to mention that we are joined as always by my co-host. He's actually not my co-host. He's my producer in this case. Smay, how you doing, Smay?
Hello, everybody.
Actually, in this show, you're my co-host, I think.
Wow,
how does that work?
That was a huge emotional roller coaster I just went through.
That was an emotional roller coaster. I'm sorry.
Anyways, guys, I'm happy to be here, and I have an announcement to make for all 129 of you guys. Listen to me. If one of you people in this chat right now are a member and you have not filled out that form, literally in 2 hours or an hour or two and a half hours, in 2.5 hours, you will be, unfortunately, if you do not fill out that form for us to be able to send you your perks, if you don't fill that in by 2.5 hours,
fill it out.
You will not get your perks.
Fill it out.
I'm sorry.
We don't want that to happen.
We've made it explicitly clear.
We don't want that to happen. Fill out the form.
This is your last opportunity. Please, 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 please fill out that form for you to get your perks. Now, starting next month, you guys are going to have more of a head start. We're figuring this out. But starting next month, you'll be able to get your perks. But this month, you will not get your this month perks.
Boom sauce. Well, guys, make sure to check that out. It's over on the community tab if you are a member and one of our Jedi Knights. Thank you very much for joining our community. Let's go ahead and jump onto my chart because I want to show you guys what's going on with Algo. First and foremost, let's do some analysis on the history of this cryptocurrency. Over on CoinMarketCap, you can see that Algo is currently sitting at number 16, has about a $10 billion market capitalization and about 6 billion Algo in circulating supply. This leaves it trading between $1.61 and $1.62. It is sitting right above Litecoin and right below Chainlink. Looking over here to the chart, we can see that Algo has been in a general uptrend since the bottom of the crash that we saw last March, where we were trading at 10 cents, and Algo rallied 2,325% in the span of 550 days. But just over the last couple of months, a new pattern has formed, and it looks like this. Notice this right here. This is what is known as a cup and handle formation. We can see the cup shows up right here. In fact, we can even draw a couple of trend lines right here that give us some idea of where the top of the cup is. You could either argue that it is right here with this downtrending level of resistance, or you could argue that it is right here with this uptrending level of resistance. But the point is, there is a cup in play right now. And then, of course, what happens at the end of a cup and handle? Well, anyone who's gone through the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy will know that a cup and handle formation almost always has what is known as, well, say it with me now, a handle. Right now, and over the last 3 weeks, there has been a handle forming on this cryptocurrency. Take a look here. We have a downtrending level of support and a downtrending level of resistance. That is what is known as a descending trading channel, and that represents the handle of our cup and handle formation. For anyone who doesn't know how to do the price predictions on these, we can see that we want to go ahead and extrapolate like this. We want to go ahead and draw a price target, a line from the very bottom of the cup, which in this case is sitting at 67 cents, July 20th, 2021. Extrapolate all the way up to the very top of the market, and then we can use that to go ahead and do our price target. What we do is we draw right here, and then we can see that our price target on Algorand, just based off of this, is $3.31. So boom sauce, you already got a price prediction, and it's not even 5 minutes into the show. This is just the beginning, though, because we also need to look at several other indicators. Number one, I want to take a quick look at the volume. The volume has had a major spike over the last couple of weeks, and in fact, over the month of September, we have seen some very interesting volume. Looking at CoinMarketCap, we can see that the majority of the cryptocurrency market is down right now, and Algo is too, but what strikes me about Algo is the fact that it has had quite a bit less bearish of a time than Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have. It had a massive run up here from the bottom in July all the way up here. We rallied a grand total of 300%, and that volume is a fantastic indicator. Taking a look at this volume right here, we can also see generally the volume has been gradually trending to the downside ever since about September the 12th. That volume trending to the downside is very important because that indicates that the market is consolidating. That indicates that the market is losing some of its steam but it also indicates that the bulls are perhaps in a position where they'll be able to fight back. It's not a hard-fought battle anymore. We're kind of getting to that point of a stalemate. We talked about the volume issue over on Coffee and Crypto this morning, so make sure to go back and watch that if you haven't. But the point is here, this volume trending to the downside is in fact a pretty good sign, and it actually represents the fact that we might be seeing a bottom on this downtrending level of support. So just wanted to bring you some chart formation before we really dive on into it, but those are the beginnings. And in fact, I will bring you one more level of support. I'll give you a cheat right here. There is an uptrending level of support right there on Algo as well. But really quickly, let's go ahead and take a look at some of our oscillators. Looking at the RSI, something very interesting is showing up here. You can see that there is a horizontal level sitting at 50. In the last several weeks, there has been quite a bit of support being built on top of 50. Remember, RSI going above 70 doesn't necessarily mean that you are bearish and you're about to see a massive correction. It just means that you have a lot of bullish pressure. Going down to 30 doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have a giant bounce. We see us stay down around 30 for a long time during bear markets. But the 50 level does have some interesting psychology to it. Oftentimes, when the market, and in fact the RSI, is trading right here between 50 and 70, that is where you're seeing healthy, sustained upward momentum forming on the chart. If you see that occurring, then it probably indicates that the market is sitting in healthy uptrending territory. But it needs to be able to bounce off of the RSI. So Algo right now is in a decision point the same as Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs to decide if it's going to hold 42,000, 41,000 to 42,000, somewhere in there. We talked about that this morning on the morning show. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch that. We got some great content there for you on Bitcoin. Algo, on the other hand, right now is following Bitcoin, and it also finds itself in an important decision phase. Another thing to look at here is that we are currently bearish on the MACD. That can turn around very quickly, but we are bearish, so keep that in your back pocket. But let's go ahead and jump down here to the 4-hourly chart and look at a few other things. One of the other things I want to show you is the fact that Algo right here, I almost said Lux Algo. We'll look at Lux Algo here in a second. Algo right here actually has an uptrending level of support right now, and that actually harkens back to what we were seeing on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a downtrending level of resistance, uptrending level of support. It's formed this symmetrical triangle pattern. Well, we're seeing the same thing happen now on Algo. Let me go ahead and bring that back up. I was looking at Coinbase. You can see that we are in this little symmetrical triangle pattern, and just like Bitcoin likely has another week or so before it breaks out, either up or down, Algo right now, the cryptocurrency Algorand, is seeing the exact same thing. It needs to break this symmetrical triangle pattern, and which way it breaks the symmetrical triangle pattern is going to tell us a lot about what the next week is going to, and what the next month more particularly, is going to look like on this cryptocurrency. Let's look down to the hourly chart. You'll see a very similar thing, but I do want to bring up Lux Algo down here and bring to your attention that we are in a sell signal, but we saw a take profit. We saw a stop loss, if you will. Well, it's a take profit on a short trade right here. There was a take profit on a short trade right here, which does indicate that Lux Algo thinks, hey, we might be getting kind of close to the bottom down here. We might be looking for a reversal. You can see the last time we saw this take profit right here, it was a good signal. So I'm going to be looking for a Lux Algo reversal down here. I'm also going to go ahead and switch this over to 14 because that is what it's recommending, even though I like 12. But on 14, I think we're going to see the same thing. Boom, we still have the exact same thing going on down there. Let's go up the time frame now, looking at Lux Algo, because I don't think we could do analysis on Algorand, Algo, without using Lux Algo. Guys, if you are not checking out and using Lux Algo, it's one of my favorite indicators now. It's in my toolkit. I look at it every single time I look at a chart. It is an indicator that I absolutely love, so make sure to check out Lux Algo. The link is in the description box down below. There is currently a strong sell signal showing up here with this indicator, but I want to go in here and set it to the optimal sensitivity, which is telling me is 38. You can also do that by setting on autopilot. And then we'll see that we got a sell signal a little bit late here. I'll be honest, this was a little bit late for my liking, but this sell signal did come in after we actually broke this level of support here. I'm going to draw that here in a second. So Lux Algo on the 4-hourly chart isn't really giving us a lot of really useful data, but this sell signal, even though it looks like it was really far into this downtrend, technically wasn't very bad because we were actually just trading sideways until it. Anyway, nevertheless, let's move on here to the daily chart and take a look. And the fact of the matter out here is that we actually have not moved into... Well, actually, I need to switch this. Give me 1 second. Let's switch that over. We can see that we have not moved into a sell signal just yet, and the market is still bullish out here. We entered a strong signal right here on my birthday, the 23rd, and we've been moving to the upside ever since. So, really quickly, just threw a bunch of technicals at you. You know what I like to do after I've thrown a bunch of technicals at you. I like to, roll my sleeves up, break it all down, because shouting a bunch of technicals at you doesn't do a whole lot of good if it all goes over your head because of how fast I talk. Here's the deal. This is your crypto espresso, if you will. Right now, Algorand is in a symmetrical triangle pattern. What that means is that it has a decision that it needs to make. Are we going to break up or are we going to break down? That's what we need to figure out. We're going to be following Bitcoin, almost certainly. Algorand is a $10 billion cryptocurrency. It's a lot of money, doesn't hold a candle to Bitcoin at $800 billion. You got to remember who the big dog is, or the big dog's going to beat you up, and you don't want that to happen. It's going to follow Bitcoin, most likely. If it breaks to the upside and follows Bitcoin, then yes, it's going to move to the upside, and we're going to look at that resistance here in a little bit. If it breaks to the downside, then yes, it's going to move to the downside, and we're going to look at that support here in a little bit. But the point here is this. This market is in a decision phase very similar to Bitcoin, and even though the charts, I'll show you, look at this. The charts look very similar. This is Algo. Even though the charts don't look very similar at all, that was Algo, this is Bitcoin. I'll go back to Algo. These charts don't look very similar at all. They're actually telling us almost identical things, and that is they are set up for a long-term rally. There is potential of short-term bearish price action, and if we do have short-term bearish price action, there's important support that we need to hold. So let me show you what that important support and resistance is. Let's start with the important support because that is our bullish side to this. Right now, the important support that we need to be looking at on Algorand is this uptrending level of support that we showed you down here on the hourly chart a little while ago. This uptrending level of support is very, very important. We also have a flat level on Algo here at $1.50. That is set up by this downtrend that you can see constituting these highs right here, from this high on the 12th of February to this high on the 15th of April to this high on the 5th of May, and then down to where we are now. And then there's also this uptrend right here. So 1, 2, 3 levels that are our important support. We can also look at VPVR here, and you will take note that there is quite a bit of VPVR support just beneath us. This is pretty important. All of this VPVR support down here between 75 cents and $1.50 is definitely a strong foundation for Algo, and one of the reasons why I think this blast off might take us pretty high, but nevertheless, those are our support levels. Our resistance levels are pretty simple, guys. The main one to look at is the previous all-time high over here at $1.95. Excuse me, it's actually not the all-time high. It's the previous local high on February the 14th, February the 12th, somewhere around there at $2. $1.90 to $2. I would say $1.90 all the way up to $2 is a zone that you want to be paying attention to. That happens because $1.90 is the previous local high, a very important one, and then $2 is our big even, and it also represents a lot of the price action in here. I can go ahead and draw that rectangle right there. Boom. So those are our big levels of support. We have this level, this uptrending, and this uptrending, and then our resistance is right here. So what does Algo do? Does it break north here or does it break south here? I think, one, it follows Bitcoin, but I also think, two, this market is going to likely be pretty bullish even if it doesn't follow Bitcoin. Even if Bitcoin doesn't break to the upside, I think this market has a lot of bullish potential, and the reason for that is because this market right now is looking at a couple of different very important longer-term bullish factors. Number one is looking at that cup and handle formation. That cup and handle formation is likely to break to the upside once we break bullish out of this falling trading channel. And by the way, that falling trading channel also serves as a bull flag for the uptrend that we've been in since mid-July. So there are longer-term technical reasons to believe that we'll be moving to the upside. Furthermore, I don't have time to really get into the fundamentals on Algo today, but the fundamentals seem to be doing pretty well as well, and the community is pretty excited about this project. So I'm going to go to full screen, and I'm going to go ahead and read some chat, and we're going to see what you guys are thinking. If you're enjoying today's show, make sure to go ahead and smash that like button if you haven't already. Really appreciate all the support that you guys are showing to the channel recently, so thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and look at chat. Let's see what we got going on. Man, I did not sleep well last night. I just drank 2 monsters, and I am on cloud 9 right now. It's like the best thing ever. J.S. Oberbeck joined as a Jedi Padawan. Thank you very much for joining the membership program. Thank you very much, my friend. Zachary Lewis said, the yard dog ain't the only landscaper here trying not to break his back for the rest of his life. The yard people here out of NC, North Carolina, thank you guys. Well, thank you very much, Zachary Lewis. My cousin is married to a landscaper up in Florence, Alabama. And it's a lot of work. It's real hard. It's well, I say he's a landscaper. He runs a company that is a landscaping business. He's got about 10 employees, and they're doing really well for themselves, but it is hard work. I've never done landscaping professionally, but I grew up on 7 acres. I used to run a chainsaw like 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day. Hatchets, guns, you know, all this stuff. I did all kinds of things out in the woods when I was growing up. I used to feed deer banana out of my hands. It was really cool. My dad loved to feed them. Yeah, so it is definitely hard work. I feel you. Let's see. Smay, what are you seeing in chat? Do you see anything interesting going on over there?
No. But I had an idea.
What do you have an idea on, Smay?
For now I want to get people's opinions on this, but I looked it up to see the thing. You know that live stream, the study girl, like the lo-fi music.
Yeah.
Apparently that's all royalty free.
Really?
So I feel like for like potentially if we ever do like chat reading segment or something, we could just have like lo-fi music playing in the background.
Lo-fi beats. Drop a 1 in chat if you want some lo-fi in the background.
Some lo-fi beats. Cool. Just some chill music in the background.
There you go. Seraph said drink 3 monsters they're referring to and get on my level. I don't want to, you know, I want to be a father one day, so I'm going to not put all that in myself. But yeah. Oof.
Yeah,
sounds good.
I'm not a fan of Monster personally.
I wasn't. My sister got me hooked on it, and it's really good.
I'm a Red Bull kind of guy.
Really? Yeah, I'm not. Red Bull doesn't give me.
But I don't even like drinking Red Bull too often. I like just coffee. Coffee.
I prefer coffee, but there's no coffee in this building. We do have a vending machine though, guys.
What do you mean? We literally have a coffee machine.
It's complicated. It's a complicated coffee machine. It's an espresso machine.
I'm sure if you asked Zach nicely, he would have helped you.
I have before, and he looked at me sideways and said, "You make it yourself."
Do you know how to make it yourself?
Yes,
then why don't you make it yourself?
By the way, for anybody who doesn't know, Smay is talking about the $800 espresso machine that I shouldn't have bought like 7 months ago.
But hold on. We need to kind of settle this here real quick. All I'm saying is it takes you longer to walk all the way down to the vending machine to get a monster.
Does not. The espresso machine is not terribly complicated, but it's not easy either.
I mean, all right, whatever.
I mean, it's not terribly hard, but it's definitely easier to go get, a thing. Jeb, do you ever look at the 1 minute chart? It looks positive going up. Yeah, let's take a look at the 1 minute chart. Can we jump onto my chart really quickly? I just messed up the sensitivity on my mouse. What the heck? Yeah, there we go. So let's look at the 1 minute chart here, guys. Any of you guys out there trading Algo, give me a 7 in chat if this is a cryptocurrency that you're looking at. I want to look for a trade here on the shorter term time frames for any of you guys who are interested in that. What I'm seeing right now is that there's definitely a lot of upwards momentum going on Algo. I keep saying Algo. On Algo here, we've obviously been moving to the upside over the last, let's see here, 30 minutes. I'm doing live technical analysis on this. I don't have anything prepared in this department, so let's go ahead and look around. We're seeing that there's quite a bit of strength being shown by the bulls up around 75. This is not a sell signal. People read the RSI the wrong way. The RSI is intended to give you an idea of the strength of the bulls and the bears. And it's also intended to help you find RSI divergence. So those are the two major factors that you look for in the RSI, so don't get caught with the idea that RSI is getting overextended always means you're going to move to the downside, because that's not necessarily true. Speaking of RSI divergence, we can see that there is bullish RSI divergence forming on the 1 minute chart down here on Algo. You might say, hey, this is kind of a long-term trend here for the 1 minute chart, and you might be right, but in general, I think we're doing pretty good here. Let's take a look at what Algo is saying. Lux Algo actually just gave us a take profit signal. So for anybody who is using Lux Algo, take a look at that. I have it set to autopilot on its optimal sensitivity. We're seeing at 25. So that's interesting. Let's look at TD sequential. I have a feeling we're overextended on TD. No, we actually managed to reset. That's good. Okay, TD sequential's fine. Let's take a look at our MA ribbons. We're obviously going to be way above those. Bollinger Bands, we're seeing volatility come back in. Down on the 1 minute chart, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, this is just this is just a straight uptrend. There's not really a whole lot of TA that you can do on this. What I would do here is I would wait for some kind of stoppage. I would wait for the market to stop in some way, shape, or form, move sideways, move to the downside, do something other than just moving straight up. Because right now, at any point, this market could just keel over. It would be unwise, in my opinion, if you are a intraday trader or a scalper, intraday trader or a scalper down here working on this 1 minute chart to be entering a long right now. And I also wouldn't short the market either, because I think Bitcoin and crypto are in the position where they're going to have a big rally in the next little while. So I don't really see a trade setup that I'm too confident in here. One thing I do see is that there's a potential argument to be made for an inverse head and shoulders pattern forming down here on the 15 minute. You can see that forming right there. Let's go ahead and look at our Fibonacci also and look for some levels that we might see if we start to bounce, because I do think we're going to bounce in the next little while. Also, take a look here on the 15-minute chart. There's a triple top right up here that you're going to want to pay attention to on Algo, sitting on the 26th of September, the 27th, and the 27th again. That triple top sits around $1.86, so make sure you look for that. But Algo right here, if we do continue to move to the upside, we often will move to the golden pocket on movements like this. I mean, we can look at this. This looks like a golden pocket movement. Yeah, take a look here where this market stopped, where we started this downtrend at 206, pulled all the way down to 158. We rallied. Guess where we stopped? Right short of the golden pocket. The golden pocket was very helpful there. If you don't know what the golden pocket is, we talk about it in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. You can find it down below, but there is one modification we do. We basically just come in here, turn on any one of these, and then we set this to 0.65. That gives us this setup right over here on our chart where we have 0.618 to 0.65. Many times the market, when it's retracing, when it's recovering, will move in this direction. That would mean that over the next probably the next day or so, we would see a 10% move to the upside on Algo. Frankly, based on everything I've looked at in the last hour or so that I've been doing analysis on this actually makes it quite a bit of sense for the next few hours. The next 24 hours, you may end up seeing an inverse head and shoulders pattern form right here and then move to the upside following Fibonacci to this level or this zone right around $1.73. Probably about $1.73 to about $1.76, maybe $1.77. So I'd be looking somewhere in there. You could even potentially ladder out of a trade starting around $1.69. If we do that also and we move into this inverse head and shoulders pattern, we'd have a neckline right there. We can go ahead and extrapolate. We would see a price target of, boom, guess what? The inverse head and shoulders pattern would give us a price target of exactly where I was saying in the golden pocket. So be looking for Algo to be moving to $1.76 in the next 24 to 48 hours. We can look at all of our oscillators. There's a bullish MACD cross happening down here on the 15-minute. So yeah, in general, the shorter term time frame for Lux Algo, I keep saying that. The shorter term time frame for Algo looks like it is primed and ready for a reversal. The 1-minute chart is overextended, yes, but down here on the 15-minute chart, it does look like it's ready for some kind of break to the upside, especially considering we have been setting major higher lows. So that is a good sign for anybody who's looking to trade Algo USD. Cool. Let's go back to full screen and see what people are saying. We got a new Jedi Knight. MD Studio, thank you very much for joining the channel, my friend.
I think we had one before that too.
Yeah, we did. We had a Padawan that I mentioned. We had JS Oberbeck, right?
Good.
Yes, I mentioned him earlier.
Yes,
thank you very much,
thank you.
JSO. Or them. I don't know. It's a him. You never know nowadays. It is 2021.
Poopy spammer.
Let's see. Let us see. Yes, guys, the scammers are getting bad. Don't fall for them. They're crazy. Going to go ahead and look through chat here. Want to interact with you guys in chat a little bit. Right now is a great time. Any questions you have for me? One of the things I love about this show is this is where I get to interact with you guys a lot more than I get to on Coffee and Crypto. You know, Coffee and Crypto is this it's turned into this really fancy and awesome and like orchestrated, big planned event. So I don't get to do a lot of chat reading anymore, but this is where I get to kind of interact with you guys on a deeper level. So definitely want to see what you guys are saying.
Should I try to put on the music?
I mean, if it's copyright free, sure.
It is. It's the Lo-Fi Girls copyright free.
Lo-Fi beats.
Let's see if it pops up. I just want to see if I can do it.
How long are y'all going to be allowing the 3 payments? I'm thinking definitely. I'm pretty sure that we don't have any plans on removing those, so check that out. I could be wrong, but that's a question for Shannon, our head of marketing, but I think we're still good on that. And obviously anyone that joins that is going to be honored in that.
All right. Hold on. Be prepared. I'm about to push play.
I hope we don't crash the stream by accident.
Hold on. First, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mute.
Yeah, we just started that, Zachary Lewis.
I'm going to mute the music so I can see because there was an ad.
Any crypto have other TA than Bitcoin? Yes, we will be doing some technical analysis on Ethereum here in a little bit, so make sure to check that out. Drink a Bang instead, better ingredients. Bang is really good. I like that. Let's see.
I don't hear music.
Thank you, Zachary Lewis. We look forward to that. And anybody who wants to join the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, feel free to shoot us an email, support@cryptojeb.com. And our very own Taylor Warren, who is our sales representative, will be more than happy to speak with you and assist you with any of your needs. Let's see here.
Oh, there it is.
What you got? Is it on?
Yeah.
I appreciate, Corey, I appreciate you guys being a Christian-oriented crypto stream. Thanks, guys. Well, thank you very much, Corey. We appreciate your support, my friend. We appreciate your support, my friend.
Let me know if it's too loud, guys.
Yeah, I can't hear it. I hope it's good.
Yeah. Well, you have the headphones right next to you. You can.
I have the headphones, but it would just.
Well, I know. I'm saying you can like test it real quick.
I can test it after the stream's over.
All right, whatever. All right.
I will test it after the stream's over, Smay. So, Smay, what are your thoughts on the general cryptocurrency market? Where do you think we're going, buddy?
I think
next month.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think it's just going to be pretty boring. I think probably we'll see some more bullish movements closer to the end of October, November. I don't think we're going to see anything parabolic though until next year. Gotcha. In my opinion.
We got a couple of great messages here that I can help out with. Granuli Sakis, I'm not sure if I got that right, says, is ORN a good time to buy Orion Protocol? I haven't looked at it recently, so I can't tell you on that, but thank you very much for the donation, my friend. I use Algo. Thank you for the 20% off coupon code, but I do not see the take profits indicator. Can you tell me where that's at? Yeah, absolutely, guys. I'm actually thinking about doing an entire course on Algo, so give me a 1 in chat if that's something that you would like, where I break down how all of this stuff works, because I show you guys on a daily basis like 1/20th of this indicator. There's so much stuff here. I will show you where it is if I can remember it myself. I set it up a while ago. It is in here. Where is it? Where is it? Style visibility. Yes, you have to go ahead and make sure you're using the most recent version, which is, I believe, 4.2.1. That's what I'm using anyway. So if you don't have, if you're still using 3.0 or 3 point something, then make sure to close Algo, like delete it off your chart, and then go back to indicators, bring it back up. And then in here, where is it? That's a lot of coloration right there. What is on, where is the, I forget where it is. Here it is. Confirmation plus, so it's under signal mode. Go from confirmation, which is just the confirmation indicator, so buy and sell. Go into your settings, change this to confirmation plus exits, and then it'll give you your exits right here. And then those exits, of course, are going to be dictated by your sensitivity, so make sure that you have your sensitivity either here on autopilot or leave it on 12 like I normally do. But I've found leaving it on autopilot is actually the better idea. You can also set up TP/SL, you can set those. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that you can set up in here, guys. I mean, look at this. There's all kinds of stuff that you can set up in here, so make sure you fiddle around with that. And like I said, we will be more than happy to bring you guys some more content on that here in the future, but let's go back to full screen and read some more chat.
That's right.
Make sure to check out Algo. The link's in the description if you guys haven't already. Let's see. There were some other... I would buy Algo if you made a tutorial. I have a relatively simple tutorial in CT2A, but I'm thinking about doing like 15 videos on it, just because there's so much to it that I couldn't get to in one video, so I kind of want to do that. Let's see here. I think my Lambo got downsized to an Escape, but long term I'm all in. Long term I think you still got a Lambo, but over the next like day, maybe not. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say I think we're definitely still gonna go parabolic here next year.
Oh, I absolutely think so.
But I just think people's time. I think people were a little bit too ambitious and thought that it was gonna go super parabolic, super fast. And I think that's just kind of like that's kind of just the sentiment usually. And you just always have to think, what, I know, take the stars out of your eyes. You know, what do you think is realistic, like based off of sentiment around you, and not just sentiment in your bubble, you know?
Well, I think that's great, man. I think a lot of people can learn a lot from that. That's great. And somebody even said, I think it was Jeffrey Fritz said, which, by the way, Jeffrey, thank you very much for being a member. He said, I hate to admit it, but I'm starting to take Team Smay on his thoughts. I know, right? Team Smay, he's not wrong in the whole, like, hey, cool your jets a little bit, because you might be on a little bit, you might be going a little bit too hard. Let's see. Godsend said, hey, Jeb, crypto noob here. Do you think taking profits and moving them to stable coins on exchanges that will earn upwards of 10% APY is a smart play? So long as it is money that you are willing to lose, then I think it is a play that is worth considering. I'm not going to tell you if I think it's smart or not, because if I do, then I'm going to be incentivizing you through my influence to do something, and that's not the point of this channel. But I will tell you this. Whenever you have something on an exchange, it's not your money. It's the exchange's money, and the exchange owes you money. You see the difference there. Like, if you have money in a bank, that's not your money. That's the bank's money, and the bank owes you money. You know, that's how a run on the banks happens, is the bank doesn't have enough money to pay everybody because it's actually not the person's money, it's the bank's money, and you're loaning it to them, and then they loan it back to you and make you pay for it. But either way, I can go on all day about banks. The point is, if you have it in a lending platform, it's not technically your money, so if the platform were to go away or something, I mean, it's very unlikely with some of these big platforms. BlockFi and Coinbase are two of the best examples for you guys to use, but you do just want to use those general rules of thumb, not your keys, not your coins. Hey, Jeb, do you think U.S. regulators have the power to ban crypto in the USA like China is doing right now? Ronnie, that is a great question, and I actually asked Naomi Brockwell that same question in our interview that I did with her that'll be going out on Saturday, so make sure to stay tuned for that. No, I don't think they have the power to ban crypto in the USA like China is doing right now, and I believe Ben was talking about on his show earlier that a lot of the people that want to use Bitcoin in China are still using Bitcoin in China, even though it was banned. So, you know, it's very hard to do business in crypto in China, but people are still going to use it because the point of cryptocurrency is to stand firm against a totalitarian, authoritarian regime like that of the People's Republic of China.
And I could definitely see, well, not that I could see it actually happening, but I'm saying, like, if anything, if they wanted to, for any reason, ban mining, that might be something. But I don't see them completely ending all people using Bitcoin exchange.
Yeah, they've banned Bitcoin about 50 billion times, and it's
Well, and China has banned mining. I was talking about America, the U.S., but yeah, no, in China they have banned mining, and like I'm sure there's still lots of people exchanging Bitcoin anyways. So
yeah. Absolutely. Well, guys, that's all we got time for today. I hope you guys did enjoy. I love the kind of just chatting vibe of this stream. I like interacting with you guys in the chat. Really appreciate you guys for joining today, watching us as always. And if you guys have any questions about Lux Algo, CT2A, or just in general anything that we're doing on the channel, feel free to shoot us a message at support@cryptojeb.com. The link for that is down below. That's all I got time for today, and that's all I got for you today. Before I go, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.